Shalom, shalom, man. Hey, peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, wherever you at. First and foremost, want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And also want to give a shout out to his only begotten son, the Alpha, Omega, the beginning and the end, man. Big dog, right? Shout out to the sister Mary of Bethany that anointed our king with the precious ointments before his burial. And also shout out to our ancestors that came before us that chose death before dishonor, man. So all praise to the Most High. Excuse me. All praise to the Most High. Coming on, it ain't late, but it's about to be 10 o'clock. So we usually be on, have a Sabbath lesson earlier, but decided to do one tonight instead, man. Had camp, all praise to the Most High. Kind of what this lesson is about, evangelizing on the Sabbath update, going into, just camp, just camping, how camp went. It was a beautiful camp. Y'all could go check the video out. It should be on the page, man. It was a beautiful camp. It was some people protesting out there. Some people protesting in a little old Valdosta, Georgia, man. Right, little old Valdosta, Georgia. You had some old people. I think the brother said they probably came from a nursing home. The old people out there with the signs, man, talking about what they said. It was protesting against ICE, protesting against Trump.
About not
and they were protesting. It was something else, wasn't it?
About not wanting to go to war.
Not wanting to go to. I don't know what happened. Not wanting to go to war. I can show that. Video in a few minutes. But they were protesting on not wanting to go to war, man. And it was a beautiful thing to see, because just little things like that people may think is little things like that shows that that prophecy. Oh shoot, that the Bible is real, and we coming into some perilous times. It start with things like that. When you have the people that's in your country against you. So before we get into it real quick, I'm gonna get the blowing the shofar. Then I'm also gonna pull that clip up of the old people protesting, because all of them was old. All of them were old. It wasn't no young people out there. All of them was old, man. I don't know if they was coming from a nursing home. I'm being so serious. I don't know if they was coming from a nursing home or it was a church event and they all decided to come together. But yeah, all of them was old though. But we get the blowing shofar.
At Georgia Power, we're proud to power the people who power our state. From the home to the office and everywhere in between, we're here for you. That's why we froze base rates last year.
All praise to the Most High, and I can get the other video. Where's loading right now? But I'll come back to it. I'll come back to the video. But I got a precept right here. Can a brother read this precept to go with what we were talking about just a minute ago?
Con, this is Mark 3:25, and it says, "And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand."
So the Bible said, if a house be divided against itself, the house can't stand. So how much more if a nation is divided against itself? How can that nation stand? Here go the video right here. I just uploaded so we can show it. So I got a little bit of it, and that's that's what truly I thought about. One of the scriptures I thought about, it was another one I thought about as well. But yeah, the Bible said if a house divided against itself, the house can't stand. So how much more a nation, a kingdom? when the people in that kingdom are going at each other or going against the people or the power that be, how can it stand? How it can't. So this is prophecy, man. It's just starting off. And the Lord showed me, like, man, like even in smaller cities, even in smaller towns, because most of the time you see protests like this in bigger cities, but it just shows that this also gonna go on in smallest towns too. Like people gonna also be upset and riot in small towns, in small cities, because the prophecy have to come to pass. The people within the country, the people within the nation, they're going to have to come against each other. They're going to have to come against the powers that be. What Christ said in Matthew 24, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom shall rise against kingdom. So all of this division and stuff that's going on, you know, within the America and the Americans and people not on one accord, that's prophecy, man. Right? And we only gonna see more of this as we continue on to live out this Bible, man. But can a brother get this scripture?
2 Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be seditions among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Right. So this is another prophecy. Second Ezra in the Apocrypha. If people may not know, Second Ezra is in the Apocrypha. But the Bible said it's gonna be a sedition among men, and it says, in invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. So it's gonna come a time where you're gonna have the people. That's just light. What we just showed, this is light right here. This is the beginning. Right. This is the beginning of the end. Soon you're gonna have people so upset, it's gonna get so bad, and they're gonna be so upset with their country that they are gonna want to put actions into their own hands because they may feel nobody else doing nothing. Kind of like how the old people feel. They probably feel like the brother Azrael said today. They probably feel like, man, no younger people going out there. Who gonna go out there and stand for what's right? We're gonna go out there. We're gonna go out there on the front line and stand for what's right. We're gonna talk. Go ahead.
Salaki, protesting nowadays, man, it's turned into really just a weekend event. You bored and you want to get out there, and it's not really nothing to protest. What do I mean by that? I mean, all these different signs have different reasons why they're out there. Used to be when somebody protesting, there's one singular motive and everybody's banding together for that one singular motive, and you know why they're out there. Nowadays, you got to ask, why are they out there? Because you can't tell by reading the signs. This sign may say this sign may say that, and then it's getting to the point to where nobody even knows which side they're on for real. I know I don't like this, but I do like this. And I know I don't want that to happen, but I do want this to happen. And I want to support this person, but this person doesn't do this. They don't even know why they're out there. They just out there holding a sign because they think it's what being a citizen is, right? They think all those people think that they're good citizens. They think they did some good deed today. So after they left this early, I might say, because we stayed out longer than they did. After they left this, you can guarantee they got in their car, maybe went through a drive-through, got some food, some takeout, went home, and they just felt good about themselves for holding up a sign and making people honk.
Yeah, I do want to point out too, they the reason why they left is because a female officer came and they all dispersed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that, but yeah, a female officer had came and they all dispersed. So they might have.
She was already out there. She was out there when we had put when me and Brute had first got that.
Then they probably just ended. Then she probably was police making sure nobody hurt them. Then
yeah. I had seen them when we had pulled up.
I just saw them all dispersed and her walking back to her vehicle.
Yeah, she probably was watching them. I'm telling you, man,
they probably paid her to go out there.
Yeah, man. Probably somebody had a knee brace on, bro. Y'all talking about honk. He got brother right here had a sign. Only brother out there, man.
Somebody
always that one brother.
Somebody had a folding chair out there.
Like, bruh, come on, bruh.
And they
probably did come from the nursing home for real.
They had the whole city honking.
Yeah, honk. Now when we was out there, when I used to hold the signs up saying, the real Jews are black. I guess the real Jews are black. It was another sign I had. Oh, Babylon is falling. You wouldn't get no honks. Them folks weren't honking at all. You know.
Let us go out there and be like, honk if you know Jesus is black. Ain't nobody gonna honk.
Nobody. You may have a few. But other than that, nobody honking, bro. Cause this land is so confused. Like even when somebody had a sign talk about stop the war, something like that, or no more wars. But people don't understand. This is what we were talking about at camp. People don't understand. If you love, I bet if we ask most of these elders, do y'all believe in the Bible? They would say yes. Then you would have to say, well, if you believe in the Bible and you read the Bible and you see that certain things have to happen in order for New Jerusalem to come, things have to happen. This place got to be destroyed. How can you know that this place got to be destroyed and also be a proud American? It won't what's best for this country. That's hypocritical. You can't want both. You can't want this place to be destroyed, or you can't want New Jerusalem to come and also America to be standing in great. No, it don't work like that. You can't have two great ruling classes running at the same time. You got America going on, then New Jerusalem came down now. Now that's going on as well too. You got two kingdoms going on at the same time. That's not happening, man. So people want the war to stop. They think it's gonna stop, but that's why a lot of people gonna get caught off guard, man. And there's gonna be a lot of people like this. They blind, and it's crazy because they think, most of them probably think that they're conscious. They woke. They know what's going on. They probably think other people don't know what's going on, but in reality, they really don't know what's going on either. Because if you holding a sign talking about stop the war and stuff like that, you don't really know what's going on either. You don't know. Wars, it gotta happen. It's going to happen. You can't stop it. It's already written. So he said that the people are not going to regard the kings nor the princes. So a lot of people are going to start getting upset and angry. They're going to take over. They might take over the White House. They ain't gonna care if you're the president. They ain't gonna care if you're the first lady. They ain't gonna care if you're the governor. They ain't gonna care if you're the mayor. People gonna start going crazy out here real soon, man. Because what the Bible say? Surely oppression make a wise man mad. Babe, when you getting oppressed, prices start to rise up high. You start losing jobs to AI. Like folks finna start going crazy, bro. It's already in the making. But brother, can the brother get this?
Con, this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, and verse number 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days where before thee, even from the beginning.
Right. So we've been seeing uproars. If you got end times headlines, I encourage y'all to get it if y'all don't got it. End time headlines. It's always was earthquakes going on in like different places. You wouldn't even think earthquakes happening. Earthquakes going on now. You have people uproaring. Now people getting upset, and it's only the beginning. Only the beginning, man. Only the beginning. And I want to pull that dang, I don't want to get the video get took down. Ezra, what's that video you had put in the chat of that Marine? You know what it's called? I might can find it.
Type in Marine.
Dang.
Breaks in. Oh yeah, that too.
Bro, he looked so wicked, bro. He like the dude off X-Men that be in the chair. What his name?
I know what you're talking about though.
Old man.
It's the second video, I believe.
All right.
You might have, yeah, it's the second video.
Okay. And, Ezra, can you also pull that precept that you had? I think you had a precept on this video at camp.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah
51 and let me see.
But yeah, fair use. Fair use. This for educational purposes only. I don't own this video.
We owe an apology to anyone who's ever bought a Muddy Mat before, because we lied. Yes, it's true that Muddy Mat's premium microfiber chenille traps.
I want to fight this war for Israel. Come on, let's go. I want to fight this war for Israel. Come on, let's go. I want to fight this war for Israel. Come on, let's go.
Side note, if that was a black man, man, that brother probably would have been dead. He probably would have been dead.
At least tased.
Yeah, at least tased. Knee to the neck or something. That was a black man. Don't want to put that out there.
I want to send his sons and daughters to war for Israel. Your inability to name that shows you exempt as leaders. Out. This is wrong. And nobody wants to fight for Israel.
He's just talking calmly.
Commandant, please stand up as a Marine and stand up for America.
Not in your dress blues.
Out. No one
They try
to fight for Israel.
His hand. Oh, his hand.
They so weak, bro. This country's finished.
Let go of your hand.
It's over.
Let go of the door. Only go of the door.
That's one man, bro. They can't get one man out the door.
He was massaging his bald head.
Show the hand of a Marine.
Sir. Okay.
Control your Senate.
Listen,
A
bro.
U.S. Senator just broke the hand of a Marine.
Hands stuck.
A U.S. Senator
This is
just
comedy.
broke the hand of a Marine. You're a coward.
You're not even a doctor on the scene to say that it's broken.
The whole thing almost seems staged. I ain't gonna lie.
Is your hand okay?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
This is disgusting. Disgusting.
Just pull it
This is
out.
disgusting.
He got his hand
How did this man get even in there?
Put your hand
Ryan, why are you here?
He like a fake. He like a fake person. Look crazy.
Halls Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli.
You know, a lot of people be saying stuff be staged a lot too, and sometimes I'll be agreeing because stuff do be staged. But sometimes I gotta be thinking like, bro, we do live in a country where people really do be like devout, ride or die for their country like this. Sometimes, like even in a normal classroom setting, like, bro. Well, I'm not even gonna speak from when I was in school because I can use today's time as an example, man. It's a lot of students in high school now that literally protest and ride hard for America. Adults too. We talk to them on the street corners all the time. People that be proud of the country that they live in, which us living in this society, in this very same country that we speak against, man. I know a lot of people be like, go to your homeland and go where you're going. It's going to be a day where we will be able to, but the same way we ride for our nation, I know that there's people that ride for this vain nation too. Like that be willing to do uproars and protests and stuff like that, man. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you know, I don't think it's staged just because that same guy was uploading videos leading up to that meeting. I seen it on social media, and he had like 2 or 3 other videos of him talking, pretty much kind of foreshadowing that he was gonna act up, but.
Yeah, But we just know, bro. That's that's only the beginning. You're gonna have more people like him. Just imagine more people like him with the same mindset of how he feel. He like, man, we don't want to fight. Why are we fighting the war? Why are we helping like Israel? When we got stuff going on within our own house. What it don't make sense. It don't make sense at all, man. So people getting frustrated. People getting upset. These Trump supporters that was excited when Trump got in office, now they starting to change over.
Hey, while you're saying that, and I'm looking at this page you got up right now, right? They got it's just funny to see that on a big scale. They got this up right here with Caitlin Clark, and then the next one is going to be Anthony Edwards, right? That is as big as news as bombings in Iran. That's the country we live in, bro. They want to let you know that we at war with Iran, but they also want to let you know that Anthony Edwards got 41 last night.
Fast. Yeah. That's fast. I didn't even peep that.
Yeah, man. Any other country, they're liable to shut down their sports when they go to war.
Yeah, you would think that. You would think America would. Nah, you wouldn't think that. But they should. I mean, it only makes sense.
Too much money involved in that, man.
Yeah.
They shut sports down. You see what happened during the pandemic, man, when they shut sports down. They couldn't stay down for too long, man, because people was losing money. People was eager to go back to work. That's why they had to do the bubble. They had to finish the season, man.
Yeah.
They had to get that profit.
Yeah,
and it was a better time to get that profit too, because now everybody's literally forced to be inside.
They got to do something. They got to watch TV.
They was losing money from concession stands to tickets to, man, they was losing so much money during that time. They was like, yeah, we got to get the people back outside, bro.
Right. That was like a foreshadow, bro. That kind of shows you like a little bit of how it's going to be when stuff hit the fan, bro. Like, it ain't going to be no sports. It ain't going to be no entertainment. And how people was acting when they thought it wasn't finna be no more sports at all, bro. Just imagine how folks going to be when stuff hit the fan for real. Like, just imagine the people that idolize money. They may be wealthy people, and they idolize money. Just imagine how the folks gonna respond when the dollar crash. It ain't gonna matter. Folks gonna lose their mind, man. Folks ain't gonna know what to do because they rush with money. So the Most High, man, the Most High, we getting ready for these times, man. We getting ready for these times. What a time to be alive. That's all I'm gonna say. What's that precept in Jeremiah? You found it?
Jeremiah 51 and 30.
51, 30.
This is Jeremiah 51 and 30. And it reads, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might had failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken.
Khan, just like how Azrael was saying at camp, Babylon, which is America, it's not how it used to be. You got homosexuals in your military now. You got transgenders in your military now. You got a lot of effeminate men in the military. You got dykes in the military that don't really want, like the brother said, don't really want to go to war. They signed up for war, but they're looking crazy when they really have to go to war. Because they really just joined the military, a lot of people just for the benefits. Let's be real. They want that Hellcat, right? They want the check. But they ain't signed up for this. They ain't signed up to go to no war now. What the hell? What's going on? I ain't signed up for this. So a lot of our people is confused. A lot of people is confused. And it's weak because it's not really. I mean, I was watching this video. I was watching this video. This is when back in 2022, it was showing how Russian soldiers training, and it was showing American soldiers. The Russian soldiers were going crazy. They trained like they ain't finna fight in the apocalypse. You got these Americans. They just there. They're just there to pass time.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine a zesty brother getting shipped off overseas?
That madness.
He got firearms on him,
bro.
He gonna be shooting his gun with his eyes closed.
That boy was talking about some. Hold up, wait a minute. It's a 22. Pew pew pew.
Yeah, for real though. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna play the video. I found it. I just found
it. At war.
Yeah, like why would you like real? Like let's be honest. Why? If you
he gonna get caught up without his gun and get in a hand fight.
Nah, for real though.
Tell one of them little Arabian children, man, take that vest off and blow everything up, bro.
Yeah.
You know, they be doing that, man, sending suicide bombers, man. They be really going crazy for their people.
Yeah, they think they're gonna get 7 wives, bro. They think they're doing it for the Lord, for their Lord.
Facts. Facts. But here go the video right here. I was talking about it 4 years ago. But fair use is for educational purposes only.
Это первый день твоей новой жизни. То, что было вчера, не имеет значения. То, кем ты был прежде, уже никого не волнует. Теперь важно то, кем ты будешь сегодня. Что ты знаешь о себе? На что ты способен? Вопросы могут остаться без ответов, но разве ты сможешь потом спокойно спать? Узнать себя, познать границы своих возможностей. К черту границы. Ты готов ломать себя до изнеможения. Каждый день. Здесь боль закаляет. Шрамы, повседневность. Это ты решил себе что-то доказать. Командир здесь только для того, чтобы ты мог увидеть в нем врага. Потому что без врага нет боя, а без боя нет победы. Но на самом деле, главный враг — это ты. Вчерашний ты. Твоя задача
fair use.
Выследить врага, догнать его, превзойти, стать лучше, чем он, и вернуться назад победителем. Потому что завтра первый день твоей новой жизни.
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense systems.
Oh, my bad, Salaki. It's I ain't even read the title. It's an army recruit video. So yeah, that's how Russians recruit soldiers. This is how Americans recruit soldiers.
It begins in California with a little girl raised by 2 moms.
Right.
Although I had a fairly typical childhood, took ballet, played violin, I also marched for equality. I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age. When I was 6 years old, one of my moms had an accident that left her paralyzed. Doctors said she might never walk again. But she tapped into my family's pride to get back on her feet, eventually standing at the altar to marry my other mom. With such powerful role models, I finished high school at the top of my class and then attended UC Davis. Situation approached, I began feeling like I'd been handed so much in life, a sorority girl stereotype. Sure, I'd spent my life around inspiring women, but what had I really achieved on my own? One of my sorority sisters was studying abroad in Italy. Another was climbing Mount Everest. I needed my own adventures, my own challenge. And after meeting with an army recruiter, I found it. A way to prove my inner strength and maybe shatter some stereotypes. I'm U.S. Army Corporal Emma Malone Lord, and I answered my calling.
What y'all think about that?
Man, you know, I be talking to a lot of people my age, and they be thinking about, especially the people my age who hadn't really got like a grip on life. They all say the same thing. You know, they're probably thinking about joining the military because it gives them an opportunity to get that stability. You know, their kids can go to school for free. You know, they'll get out of debt, stuff like that. With the one thing I always tell people is, do you want to join the military because you want to die for your country, or do you want to join the military because you want to escape the struggle? That's the question I always ask. Because if you just looking to escape the struggle within the military, is not something that you just need to do. You know, even if we were in the army of the Lord, right? I wouldn't even encourage people to fight in the army of the Lord if you were just wanting to be in the army of the Lord because you were dealing with at-home issues you were trying to get away from. You should want to be in the army of the Lord because you're willing to die for his people in the name of your God. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're doing a disservice not only to yourself, but you're doing a disservice to the people that actually, you know, want to be in that position. And I don't think any of our people in specific should want to be in that position just because it's cool, all the amenities that you may get, but there's a lot of downside and there's a lot of risk that you take with doing that. You know, I can't force nobody to do anything, but my whole biggest thing is I feel like, man, it's two ways that people just rely on making money nowadays because we've become so lazy and we're no longer being innovative. We're no longer being creative. We don't have no critical thinking skills. They either, you know, take their clothes off on the internet or they just join the military. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you can't learn certain trades and stuff in the military, do some time and then get out. I would rather our people not even join and do exactly all the things you could do in there, do it right now. You know, it ain't the end all be all if you don't join, you know, and at the same time, it's not like your life is going to be the same way forever if you don't join.
Man, like the brother Isaiah just said, I think a lot of people join for identity crisis. You know, trying to find purpose, as opposed to a lot of these other countries. They join because they sincerely love and want to fight and die for their country. They actually join because they want to die for their country. But nowadays we have people, the last thing on their mind is dying for their country, right? They're still gonna join, but it's really for identity crisis because they can't find any purpose in life, and they comparing themselves, like in the video, to all their friends, and they don't have nothing going for themselves. So they want to seem like they're being productive in life. I'll give an example. I went to the gym the other day. And before I went to the gym, I went and got me an energy drink. And when I was in the gas station, it was a black dude behind the counter and it was a black dude in line. The black dude in line said, "Hey, bro, hey, did Nate join the military already?" He said, "Yeah, he already went, bro." He said, "Dang, you saw all that stuff that was on the news, bro?" He said, "Yeah, he already went though, Air Force." He said, "Dang, bro, they just bombed, bro." So I was sitting in line like, yeah, man, the world nothing up right now. You know what I'm saying? So then in my head, I was like, it's a brother that we know named Shane. And I remember I had advised him, I said, yeah, your best bet is not to join the military. But he's one of those brothers that, you know, a lot of stuff in life wasn't going for him. He always wants to make his mom proud. And, you know, he just never lucked up with any decent jobs. And so his way out was the military, right? And I told him, I said, I know you want to do the military, but there's other ways to make money out here, man. You know, the way the world is going. Not, you know, push come to shove, he still wanted to join the military, but the brother got a weed problem. So like the military ain't gonna take you for weed, right? Now I'm thinking in my head, you know, the brother should have listened to me. It's a good thing he's not in the military. So I was like, it'll be my luck if I run into this brother at the gym. So I go to the gym, and after I get done with the treadmill, guess who comes and taps on my shoulder? It was the brother Shane. I look at Shane, I said, "Bro, you see what's going on in the news? Yeah, you're lucky you ain't joined now." You know what this brother had the nerve to tell me? "Yeah, man, I seen what's going on in the news, but I take my ASVAB on Friday."
Well,
he said, my ASVAB on Friday. He said, "How about this, brother? Just pray for me. But, well, if you don't want to pray for me, just pray that God keep his hand on me. How about that? How about that, man? Because it's already kind of set in stone now, man. I said, yeah, you crazy, bro.
Bro, it's like go ahead.
In my head, I was like smiling and nodding, but in my head, I was like, yeah, nigga, it's over with. It's over with, nigga. I was like, yeah, your brain is fried.
Bro, it's like you see a house on fire and you still decide to go in the house. Bro, you see war.
Look, this is how bad it is. He said that the job that he has making money now is one of the higher paying jobs he's ever had, but he still feels like he needs to go into the military. Keep in mind, he has no kids, no wife. He's still like single. I'm just like, bro.
How would you do that, brother? You're like, brother, you trying to go be a sacrifice. You ain't got to do that, bro.
You know, the military, man, it has a stronghold on people sometimes. Feel like they don't got no purpose unless they serve in the military. And my thing is, shoot, why not be in the army of the Lord, bro? Why not, stand on the front lines for the Most High God? We want to do away with certain things in this life because the government says so, but we don't never really want to do away with anything because the Most High God says so. And that kind of show you where people's loyalty lie. It's like asking somebody to stop eating shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork because God said it. And then they be like, well, that ain't, my relationship with God ain't built on food. And then you'll say, okay, well, I'll give you $100 million if you stop eating them same foods. And they'll be like, you got it. It's one of them things like, you got to question people's loyalty sometimes. And I just, I will pray for the brother for sure, man, because at the end of the day, he's our brother, man. But, it's unfortunate that sometimes people feel like that's the only thing that they can do in life to have some sense of purpose. There's a precept, if we can bring it out real quick before I yield, man. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. I don't mind sharing my screen if need be. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. If you want to, you can.
I can share my screen. It's gonna be kind of wacky. Well, it ain't gonna be wacky. It's just it ain't on my laptop. I mean, it ain't on my desktop. Excuse me. I don't know what I'm saying.
I would be faster, but
12,
just
13.
up. If you just type in Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
I got it. Let me share it.
While you pulling it up, though, man, you did say something that makes sense.
Can y'all see?
Yeah.
Okay, but go ahead.
Yeah, you did make something that made sense, man. Like, you want to be in the military or the army? Why don't you be in the army of the Lord? The whole thing is you need man to keep you disciplined. But if you join the army of the Lord, you can be disciplined too. You can still go to the gym and be in fighting trim and in good shape, right? Just in case something pop off. Every Saturday, you can come militant, hold post, put your boots on, right? You know what I'm saying? You can have a band of brothers and a branch with you that's ready to rock with you. You know what I'm saying? Like you could, you're single and don't have no kids or a wife. So you can go visit other brothers and other camps whenever you want to. So, that's just like visiting other bases. You can always fellowship. You could literally join the army of the Lord. And this brother knows that. He knows that. At one point in time, the brother used to watch truth videos every day. At one point in time, this brother, you know what I'm saying, he used to, be getting on Esau, At one point in time, this brother used to make Instagram posts saying Shalom.
Hey.
But, returning to your own vomit, lead you like that.
Right. Right, man. And this is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It reads, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man, right? This is our whole duty. And sometimes people forget that our life's purpose is to serve the Lord. God is not enough for people sometimes, the Most High God that we're speaking of, because there'll be many gods and lords many, but the one that we're speaking about is the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Sometimes he's not enough for people. People like the brother Azrael was saying, you need man to validate your existence. You need man to validate your purpose. And a lot of people hate, Deion Sanders, but I say this. I look up to Deion Sanders in a sense of like, how to handle people that really kind of like don't get it when it comes to your relationship with the Most High. So this is what I'm trying to say, bringing it all in. Like, one of the reasons I like Coach Prime or Deion Sanders, is because even in spite of, what may be going on with the football team or with his sons, he's always doing the same thing consistently. You know what I'm saying? He's always going to put a motivational message. He's always going to drop a scripture, man. He's always going to talk about how, God told him to do this. God told him to do that. Now, again, we don't got to get into all the little details of his relationship with God. We'll deal with that a different time. But what I'm saying is, he doesn't really need man to kind of like validate his every move. Like when he left from coaching Jackson State to go to Colorado, a lot of people was ridiculing him. And a lot of people was like, man, how you going to sell your people out? You left for HBCU to go to a PWI and stuff like that. This, that, and the third. And he said, man, look, y'all mad. Y'all praise me when God told me to come here, but y'all don't think that God would tell me to leave, And I'm not saying the Most High had anything to do with that. But what I am saying is that sometimes we need to have that same sort of conviction in our spirits for the Most High God when we are trying to do the things that he told us to do, that we know he told us to do. Our whole purpose is to serve him. And if more people kind of move with the spirit of confidence, in their God, like, the relationship that Deion Sanders or Coach Prime has with who he believes to be the Most High God is, we would be a nation of people that would be like really revered and feared like we should be. We would be a lot more devout for the name of our God. But again, when you need man's approval, it's kind of hard to function through life without, without man. That's the best way I could say it. It's hard to function through life without man. So we just need to be more people that recognizes our purpose without man's validation, which is why I read Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, because again, our whole purpose is to please the Most High God and not man. You muted up. We can't hear you. That's what I was saying.
My bad. Y'all was saying that's a good point. I was saying that's well said, man. I was saying that well said. But I got two more scriptures, man. Going into another thing that happened at camp. We got two sisters to stop and listen, man. One is an elder, and she was with her daughter. And that it's exciting because sometimes you go to camp and you don't get nobody to stop. You can be out there prophesying for 5 or 6 hours and nobody stop. So it's always a blessing for people to stop, for our people to stop. It's also a blessing. It's also a blessing to know that dang, we still got people coming into the truth. Like people still, people still can get an opportunity to wake up and come into this walk. Cause sometimes you may be thinking like, bro, that's it, bro. Everybody done heard the truth. Everybody had to hear it. Like, I don't know if it's people gonna be. I don't know if it's more people out there that can come into this thing. We just gonna go out there and do what the Most High said. Go out there, and prophesy. But it's just good to know that people still don't know about the truth. So that means we still got a job to do. We still got hope. Brother finna say something? Oh, I thought brother was saying something. But yeah, so we had a good conversation. With the two sisters, man. It was a very good conversation. They listened, they hearkened. Lord willing, they go back and read for themselves. We planted that seed. We can't water it. We planted it. But the Lord get an increase, right? The Lord, the one that's going to water it, man. And get that increase. We plant that seed in their mind, and the Lord gonna make that thing grow, if it's His will. But can a brother read this real quick?
Luke 15 and 10. Likewise, I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner that repenteth.
Right, man. So it's joy in the heavens, in the sight of the angels. When one sinner repent, So it's, you just never know. Them sisters, they can look into this thing and they be like, what? And they start repenting, right? They start waking up into who they are as Israelites and start keeping the commandments. And we be out there, that's what we be out there for. We don't expect to reach 10, 11 people. We don't expect to in one day. That's a lot. And that's a lot of people to reach. Especially when the Bible said the Israelites are stiff-necked and hard-headed. So, we just thankful and grateful to just reach 2 people, reach 1 person. Because if we get that person to convert or come back to their nationality, the angels are rejoicing. So can the brother get this last scripture?
Con, this is John chapter 10 and verse 27. It says, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me, and I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand.
Con, so the Bible said, my sheep hear my voice, and they know me, and they follow me. So the Lord's sheep gonna hear his voice. It's always a blessing to just, especially get elders to stop and listen. Older women, older men, to truly just stop and listen and not just scoff against the word. It's always a blessing, man. Because a lot of our elders, they so destroyed mentally. They really don't care what we got to say. They really don't care. They feel like they know everything already. And so it's really hard to reach a lot of our elders. They're stuck in their ways. But it's always a blessing to come across older people that's really just humble still, and truly really want to listen, and you can have a conversation without, them over talking you, thinking that you don't know nothing and things like that. So it's always a blessing. That's how that older sister was today, man. So Lord willing, her and her daughter look into this thing, because they understood. We got into them curses. That's one thing people can't deny. When you get into Deuteronomy 28, you start getting into them curses, and you start asking people who this happened to. It's really no denying. People that deny, they just being ignorant at that point. You can't act like you don't see that this is talking about certain people in today's time. So Lord willing, them sisters continue on with their research, man. Take this thing further and come into this walk, man. Because our job is to go to the sheep, Lord willing, seal the elect, right? Seal our people so we can get up out of here, man. That's the plan. But that's all I have. That's all we have for tonight. If any brother has something else, man, before we close out.
Man, mighty Sabbath day. If those 2 sisters do watch this video, if you guys are watching right now, because y'all did subscribe, hey, just letting y'all know y'all refreshed our spirits as well. Shalom.
I say this too, man. The brother's gonna drop off, man. I'm gonna stay on, and we're gonna go into the whole book of Maccabees, man. I'm just messing. Down mighty lessons.
Brother hot dog, brother, hold on, brother, hold on, nah.
Hey, he didn't even hear what I said, man. I said the brother's gonna hop off. I'm gonna stay on.
Brother,
I did. That's why I went ahead and hopped off.
Brother, you're gonna be up all day.
I need a reader though, man.
AI does wonders.
What? No, like he up, energetic. He'll get up in there. Nah, brother, like, man, shit, brother get old. Brothers can't hang no more, man. Brothers get old, bro. Brother used to stay up all night with lessons.
It's only 10:46, man, but it feels like it's 12 o'clock.
Yeah. It's supposed to get dark later, ain't it? It's supposed to be getting dark a little later.
Oh, yeah, man. Time is springing forward tonight. So if you felt like you lost an hour of sleep, you did. Because at 1:59, it's going to go straight to 3 o'clock, bro.
Dang.
So just letting you know.
That's bogus.
Longer days.
So do that mean longer camp days? That mean longer camp times?
That means it's not gonna get dark till like 8.
It's really late, 7. Yeah, about 8 o'clock. Yeah, man. Sometimes it didn't used to get dark till after 9 o'clock. I remember one time in Atlanta, man. Yeah, at my wife's grandmother's house, man. One day, it was like 8:40, and I was like, "Niggas, it's still kind of light outside." Like,
yeah, deep in the summertime, like the middle of the summer, bro, it'd be like 9 o'clock.
Yeah. But man, album on the way, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. We going up.
Man, say he finna drop an album. Been saying that for about 4
let
years.
You know, I be playing, but I ain't playing.
Up in the studio, yeah. You see, your brother was singing on the mic at the camp.
He came in the truth.
Yeah, man. Brother should have over 50 songs right now ready. Mix and master.
Ready to go. Ready to go.
Yeah, bro.
Thing should be longer than NBA YoungBoy's album.
Nah, it ain't gonna drop all 50 at one time, bro. I gotta give the people a little taste.
See how they fool.
But look, we don't gotta give me a 1,000 likes for me to drop the song, bro. I'm gonna drop them regardless. You know what I'm saying? This ain't about me.
That's right. That's right, man. But yeah, man, all praise to the Most High, bro. That's our little TED talk. No, I'm just playing. Right? That's our I ain't gonna say Sabbath lesson. Well, you can say, lesson evangelizing on the Sabbath update. But yeah, see y'all next time, man. Y'all stay safe, Lord willing, and stay watching these prophecies. Shalom.
Shalom.